Well, hello there, my name is Vladimir and today we're checking out the Mad Professor Kosmos pedal, which you heard on all the guitar tracks in the song in the beginning. The Mad Professor Kosmos is simple to use yet hugely versatile ambient, reverb, delay, shimmery thing, and with its 5 controls plus the foot switch there's a whole bunch of things you can do. The pedal is true bypass, it has an analog dry signal path, and you can also switch the pedal to wet only mode so only the reverbs come through. The pedal comes with 11 different reverbs or reverb programs as Mad Professor calls them, and you can select between all of those using the upper right corner rotating switch thingy. The pedal has a fairly standard level control that allows you to blend as much or as little reverb as you want. It has a time control that allows you to adjust the length of the reverb, and it also has the control which does various things depending on which reverb program you are on. Let's take a look at that a bit later. The pedal also has a multi-function foot switch, which obviously allows you to turn the pedal on and off, but also, depending on which reverb program you are on, works as a kind of freeze control or a control for swells. We'll check that out later as well. Let's start by breaking down the song in the beginning. I used a bunch of different reverb programs, the more standard ones like the hall and plate reverbs, but also a few of the shimmer settings. There's a reverb program which has also delay built in. I used that in the rhythm guitar part behind the kind of solo section of the song. All the guitar tracks were recorded using my new Victory Sheriff 22, which was going to the Tuner's Torpedo Live with the closed back 4x12 by Rev amplification. And for most of the tracks I used the first channel on the amp. I set it really clean. And in the kind of guitar solo section I actually switched to the second channel, dialed up the gain quite a bit, and got this really nasty sound by kind of driving the delay slash reverb into an overdriven amp. I really loved how that turned up. Alright, let's go to the breakdown. Let's quickly go through all of the 11 reverb programs. We'll start with the plate reverb, and going from the plate reverb up to the shimmer number 2, the control, which still makes me laugh. It controls things. Sorry. The control adjusts the duck level of the reverb. So if I have it at 12 o'clock, it sounds like this, and notice what happens when I stop playing. There's more reverb. So if I wanted to have all the reverb on all the time, I would adjust the control all the way down like this. So the reverb is kind of there all the time. And if I want to do it the exact opposite way, so there's no reverb when I'm playing and it only kicks in when I stop playing, I would adjust it like this. And then it kind of kicks in at that point. Let's quickly check out the other controls as well. The level control, obviously adjust the amount of reverb in your signal. So there's a lot if you want to have that. And if we dial it to 0, there's nothing. Then there's the toe control, which is really powerful. And all the way to the other side. And the last one is the time control, so like this. And the other way around. So as you can hear, this pedal allows you to go pretty crazy with the amount of reverb you can have. And lastly, let's check out the freeze function. I'm actually going to turn down the control so there's reverb right away. And let's see how it works. The freeze function is kind of interesting because it doesn't like 100% freeze the sound, but it kind of slowly degrades into a more darker and lower volume version of itself constantly. So if you want to be able to hold a single chord for 5 minutes, you probably couldn't do that. At least I didn't find anything in the manual that says you could. But for most of the cases, it's really handy and fun. I love this kind of new wave of pedals, like the TC pedals and this one, and probably some others that have kind of multi-function foot switches. I think it's a great idea, and they've executed it really well on this one as well. Alright, let's go through the rest of the reverb programs as well. I'm actually turning down the control so we can hear the reverbs right away, but I will come back to it once we go to the shimmer number 3 setting, because at that point it's performing different things than on all the previous settings. And yeah, let's go. So this is the room reverb. The spring reverb. The hall reverb. Then we go to the shimmer number 1. Actually, for this, I think I'll increase the time quite a bit and add some level as well to go crazy. Shimmer number 2. On the shimmer number 3 setting, the control knob actually allows you to adjust the ratio between the reverb and the shimmer, which is kind of cool. Let's check it out. The control knob all the way to the left. In the middle. And all the way to the right. To me, that sounds like a bunch of unicorns and rainbows behind my guitar signals. If you ever wanted to have that sound, this is your pedal. Then we'll go to the RSB program, which is room, reverb plus slapback delay. And on this one, the control knob adjusts the amount of slapback delay in the signal. So all the way down, there shouldn't be any. At 12 o'clock, it sounds like this. And all the way up. To my knowledge, you cannot adjust the tempo of the slapback delay, but I was lucky enough that the tempo they've set for the slapback delay on this pedal kind of almost matched the song I wrote before even having this pedal. So I used it on the rhythm guitar part behind the kind of solo section of the song. It would be cool if you could adjust that tempo, but I guess you can't get everything with a control layout simple as this. The next reverb program is called RM, which stands for room reverb and multi-head delay. And again on this one, the controls the level of the multi-head delay. So all the way down, there shouldn't be any delay at all. At 12 o'clock, it sounds like this. And the control all the way up sounds like this. The last two reverb programs are both swell settings, and these are kind of interesting because right now I have the pedal engaged, but if I play something, there's no sound. You actually need to play and then hold the foot switch, and the sound kicks in. This is pretty cool, and when you release it, it kind of fades away as well. So it's kind of your volume pedal replacement. And on both of these programs, the control adjusts the speed in which the sound kind of kicks in. Let's see how it works. And all the way down. Yeah, so it kicks in much faster like that. So that was swell number 1. And swell number 2. So the latter one has more those sparkling rainbow unicorn things you, or some of you might like. Thanks for watching my demo on the Mad Professor Kosmos pedal. I think it's a really cool pedal. I know some of you guys who do the ambient thing might prefer presets, but for many of us, the more simple the controls are, the happier we are as well. And with the multi-functioning foot switch and all the different kind of reverb engines or programs or whatever they are calling them, are really cool and give you a bunch of different sounds and different options how to use them live or in the studio. As all the Mad Professor pedals, this is really well built, it has a really distinct look, and it's not that expensive either, so definitely check it out if you're in a market for something ambienty. Again, huge thanks to Tampere Musiikki for providing this pedal. Support your local music store. There's a subscribe button if you want to see more videos in the future. There's a bunch of other stuff I've done, and I'll see you next time.